All right, friends, so today we're going to take a look at Unit 2 in Fundations. So just keep in mind and remember that these are things you already learned. These are things you already know. I'm just doing a quick review so that you can practice those and make sure you're keeping up with them. So if you look at our board here for Unit 2, two of the most important things we learned about were our bonus letters and our glued sounds. So not too much was going on in Unit 2, but if you remember correctly, our bonus letters are up here in the corner. We have F, L, S, and Z. Now I hope that some of you are looking at that list there and seeing that our Z is blocked in, and I hope it's triggering your brain to remember that Z was kind of our weirdo bonus letter, and we only added a bonus letter of Z sometimes, and there wasn't always a rule that we followed for that. So we are going to really focus on our bonus letters F, L, and Z today, just like we did in class. So if you are sort of thinking in your head right now of different ways or when we might use a bonus letter, you would be correct. So in order to have a bonus letter, and remember those come at the end of a word, we need to make sure that our word is a one-syllable word. We need to make sure that it has one vowel. And some of you may be thinking, well, duh, if it's one syllable, it's one vowel, because you remember from Unit 5 or 6 that that's what we learned about when we were counting syllables. So if your word has one syllable, one vowel, and that vowel is a short, and that vowel is a short vowel, that's when we are going to add our bonus letter of F, L, or Z. So if we take the word mess, for example, we might tap that word. Go ahead and get your tapper up. We have s, mess. So it might seem that that word would be spelled s, and we're done. But in your brain, you should trigger, oh, that's a bonus letter. It's a one-syllable word, it has one vowel, and it's a short vowel because it makes that sound. So we need to double that letter and make it a bonus letter. And if you remember correctly, we mark our bonus letters with that star above that second letter. We also may think of the word ill, like getting sick or I'm feeling ill, and we might tap that word ill. And if you are writing that, you might think that's spelled ill. But again, something in your brain should trigger, okay, this is a one-syllable word with one vowel, it is a short vowel, and L is one of my bonus letters. So you would add and double that L, okay? Now, I want you to go ahead and pause the video right now if you can, and I want you to see if you could spell out the word toss and remember our bonus letter. Okay, so hopefully you tapped out that word toss and you thought t, s, and hopefully you realized S is one of our bonus letters. It follows all of our rules, so we need to double that S, okay? Now, the other important thing that we learned in Unit 2 was our glued sounds, all right? All we really did in Unit 2 was drill those sounds and practice those. So hopefully you're thinking in your brain right now of those green cards on our board. Those were all of our glued sounds. And remember, a glued sound is just a group of letters that make one sound together. And it makes it really easy when we're tapping out words because that gets one tap. So we'll go ahead and tap these out together if you'd like, or you can watch Miss Phil tap them out and then you can pause the video and try them yourself. So we have A-N-G, fang, ang, I-N-G, ring, ing, O-N-G, song, ong, U-N-G, hung, ung, A-N-K, bank, ink, I-N-K, pink, ink, O-N-K, honk, onk, and U-N-K, junk, unk. And then we also have our glued sounds down here. We have A-L-L, ball, all, A-M, ham, am, and A-N, fan, an. Okay? So really all we learned about glued sounds was just that they are a group of letters that make one sound, and then that they are always stuck together. So if we had the word fang, we would tap this word, we would automatically realize that this is a glued sound, and we would squish it all together. So we would tap this word, ang, fang. And if you remember, this is how you mark up a glued sound. We box them in together so that we know that they're always stuck together, okay? Another example would be our word pink, ink, and I-N-K is stuck together, and we know the sound for that. All right, at this point, I would like to show you some of our words of the day from Unit 2. So we have the word toss, which you already practiced with. We have the word chunk, we have the word stall, and we have the word stamp. So hopefully at this point you can pause the video, try those out, and see if you can mark them up. Perfect, so hopefully you had some time to mark those words up. We already did toss, so I'm gonna move on to stamp. So if we were looking at stamp, and remember there are some markings in these words that come from unit 1, so you can add those too. So if we were looking at stamp, we'll tap that word out together. Stamp. So hopefully you only tapped 4 times, even though there's 5 letters, because we have our glued sound right here that we tap 1 time for. And hopefully you also noticed a blend for our ST. Okay, looking at the word chunk, we have chunk. I tapped 1 time for my CH, I tapped 1 time for my UNK. So we're tapping 2 times even though there's 5 letters. And then finally we have our word stall, and if we were going to tap that out, we would say stall. So hopefully you only tapped 3 times for that word, because we heard our blend of S and T, and then we had our glued sound ALL. All right, thanks for watching.